Yes, yes, yes. Good day, everyone. This is Global Independent Reggae Music Podcast here live with Sister Amanda. And today we'll be talking about an organization that she has been forefront in moving forward with. And I'm going to let her describe this organization and the work that she's been doing to make life better for many, many children in Africa and around the world. So, Sister Amanda.
Give thanks, Rasta. So, yes, I'm Sister Amanda, and I'm the founder of GA Children nonprofit organization. We are an organization that aims to help children in Africa by giving them homes and an education centered around Afrocentric principles and history and culture. So our organization, GIRMP Children, we founded in 2016, and we are working right now to build the foundation for our organization and establish ourselves as a nonprofit. So that is what we're doing, and Ross Andrew has been involved from the beginning, definitely in advice and encouragement, and also filling the role as a director for a time here. So give thanks, Ross Andrew, for being involved with GIRMP Children and for having us here on the interview. And it's our first interview, so we're happy to be here and just learning the ropes. So
Yes.
give thanks.
Yeah, well, as I say, I have to give thanks, because everything which is done to make things better for someone is a great thing. And so, Sister Amma, could you just kind of describe your mission statement, what your main goals are, and what you'd like to see, actually the achievement, what will be achieved, and the result of the achievement that you'd love to see?
Yes, definitely. So our mission statement is to provide homes and Afrocentric education for children in Africa. That is a simplified mission statement. So what that would look like would be something akin to somewhere in between an orphanage, a school, and a housing complex. So I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with the SOS program. Ross Andrew, I don't know if that is familiar with the SOS program. I think it is called SOS Children Outreach or SOS Children International or something like that.
Oh, I'm not quite from the top of my head right now.
So SOS is Children's Villages. This is what they call it, and the name Children's Villages really is descriptive, and it's related to what we want to do. Although we have more specific Afrocentric goals and Rastafari-centered goals as for our village, but the similarity is that we would aim to give children homes that would replicate somewhat the natural home that a child would be brought up with. So that would be at least one or two parents living in the home, and anywhere from 5 to 13 siblings of a range of ages to kind of replicate a natural home environment. And so we would expand as time goes on to include more homes, and they would be called pod homes, as they're called in SOS Village. The pod homes would exist on a larger compound where we would also include educational buildings like libraries and computer labs and study areas and science labs and all of the different areas where young children need play areas to learn, as well as agricultural areas for the children and the other workers to be involved in agriculture on the land itself. And also to have the children involved in local apprenticeship programs with their community members. So upon reaching a certain age, the children would apprentice with different locals and learn a certain trade. So that is a pretty detailed description of our eventual goals. of where we see our project going eventually. And this compound would probably be about anywhere from 8 to 10 acres large.
Yeah.
And we hope to be located somewhere in equatorial Africa, although the exact location is not determined yet.
Yeah. Okay. So as you've been talking, I've been observing that this is a very big thing to do, and it needs more people. So at this time, are you currently looking for more people to participate, to become a part of the organization? I hear you talking about people, for kids to apprentice with, science, art, education. So at this time, are you currently seeking professionals to fill these roles?
Okay, so for the apprenticeship roles, not at this time, because we do not have operations functioning on the ground at this time. Yes. Although, as a part of our organization, we also do support existing orphanages and schools in Africa. Yes. So we are affiliated with schools that exist already, and we do support them financially, although that is not the main aspect of what we're doing. Yes. When we are performing operations on the ground, we would be looking for professionals locally who would be willing to serve as apprentices for those children. At this time, I think what we are more interested in would be anyone who could be involved serving with their talents any way that they can. Any volunteering of any time is greatly appreciated, and we're looking for one director at this time. And a directorship role would include bi-monthly meetings of about 1 hour each, and making a lot of decisions on behalf of the organization. So if anybody is interested in fulfilling that directorship role, definitely feel free to contact us by emailing us, and the email will be in the description for to email us, or get on our website and click the contact us button, and you would be able to send us a message there, and we'll send you more information about the directorship role at that time. Any way that people could volunteer their time, really, we're open to whatever suggestions that people have, and we really appreciate involvement from anybody.
Yes. Okay, so that means that Jah Children is really in need of people's support. I want everyone to give your support, volunteer your time. But is there any other way that people can really give support that would be really beneficial to Jah Children right now and its development?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously a big part of any nonprofit is fundraising. So that would be the biggest way that people could help us is donating to our organization. We have 2 different ways that people could donate. One of those would be through a cash donation, and the other way would be through a purchase. So we have cash donations that we would accept through PayPal and also through GoFundMe. And we'll put the links for both of those also in the description.
Yes.
For the purchases, we would ask people to please visit our website, which is jahchildrennpo.org. jahchildren.org. Our email is jahchildrennpo@gmail.com, and our website is jahchildren.org. That's JAH children.org.
Yes.
And there you would be able to make any purchases that would fund our organization. I'm wearing right now one of the shirts that we offer. So this is Haile Selassie with the red, gold, and green. This one is called The Titles of the King, as we have some Amharic lettering down here at the bottom. I'm also wearing this one-of-a-kind ankh with natural beads here, various kinds, and I don't know if I could pass these other necklaces over here. We have some other options also on our website, some of shorter length or more simple style, and people can definitely feel free to browse through our website to see a lot of the different styles we have of t-shirts and necklaces. We source our merchandise through Rasta people and through African people. So some of these items would be personally made. Other items would be purchased from artisans in Africa. So we also have, right now I'm wearing this beautiful Gaye Nyame cotton skirt. This is from one of our artisans in Ghana, and we have similar items, not exactly like this, but similar skirts and also men's shirts on our website. We also have some smoking chalices. I don't know, Rasta, if I could pass those over. We have some brand new chalices, so we're really excited to introduce these on our website. Finally back in stock, some beautiful coconut chalices. And also just letting people know these chalices last a long time. So this is a chalice that I have from the same artisan who is located in Shashamane. And he created this over 3 years ago. So I've had this for a long time and it's still functional. It's great. Definitely be careful don't to burn the kachi like that. But it still works. And these are great investment items and also beautiful, just decorative pieces. Even if you don't want to use it, it's beautiful to just set in the home. So we have a lot of different items available on our website, and people can browse through all of the different categories there and feel free to make a purchase to fund our organization. The third great way that people could really help us is to share our organization, share the word about about our website and about the purchases that people could make, and also about the goals that we have. And definitely share the word if anybody that you know is interested in doing nonprofit work related with children and education. We would love to have them contact us if they'd like to get involved. So yeah, spread the word, use your social media. We are on Facebook and we're on Instagram, and we'll put the links for those in the description as well, so people can find us and share those pages.
So I hear you talk about getting, and something that, as I say, I'm fully aware of also, is getting work from artisan, I would say local artists, small artists. How does artists go about getting their work to you? Let's say, for example, a local artist right here in our area, or an artist might live in New York or in Africa or Europe, or so. How do they get their work to you?
Okay, so yes, we do partner with artisans. A lot of these are people that we have come in personal contact with, and we want to support their work as a byproduct of the work that we do to support children. The artisans that we support are also many times in communities that include children in the focus group that we are trying to help. So benefiting their community members, the artisans within their communities helps these children also. The ways that that artisans could contact us would depend on where they are located. So I had brought up some different options, so let's discuss those. Let's start closer to our home base.
Yes.
So our home base is in San Diego, California. That is where our organization operates from, and that is where most of our merchandise ships from when it is purchased on our website. For that reason, people who are located close to San Diego or within the U.S., as we have most of our customers within the U.S., people who are closer would be able to contact us for consignment options. Consignment is, if people don't know, I'll just explain. Some people know and some people don't. Consignment is basically the process where an artisan or someone has an item that they want to sell, and they allow a vendor to sell it for them. And the vendor and the artisan split the profits. So we would help you to market your product. We would help to advertise your product, and we would make your product available for purchase on our website. and also on our eBay. We do sell through eBay as well, and we will put links for that as well. So the consignment option is available for people who live in the continental US because they are usually going to be shipping to people who are within the continental US also.
Yes.
And for that reason, the shipping prices will be moderate for the people who are buying the items.
Yes.
For people who are further away, who are not able to ship the items to the customers for such a low price, we are able to do bulk purchases. So what we do for our artisans in Africa, or like that I had said, possibly in Europe,
Yes.
these people, also maybe in Jamaica as well,
exactly.
possibly in Jamaica, these artisans definitely could contact and let us know what items they have for sale, and we would see if we would like to make a deal to purchase some items. So we would purchase them wholesale in bulk, and we would pay for the shipping for it to come to us in San Diego, and then we would display those items on our website, and we would resell them. So at that time, the artisan would not be involved anymore in the reselling process. And we love to restock items from our previous manufacturers and artisans. So if you have a really great selling item, we'll contact you sooner to replace those items, such as the chalices from Ethiopia. That's a restocked item. So yes, definitely contact us through email or through our website if you would like to sign up to be a consignment seller, or if you have any items to wholesale.
So that's actually a very important thing, and it's something that I myself have been admiring, is that artisan, this is a way for you to get your work sell and reach a new audience. And it is also a way for audience to help and make sure that their support is going to the right people and helping in a good situation. And I really like the framework that you lay out, especially to understand that artisan work, artists will be able to make money also because their work is consigned, and then whatever small bonus or whatever bonus is made from the work is going into helping kids in Africa or other places, So that's a great thing, and I do believe that it's good for people to know about this organization so that they can benefit from it and give benefit through it. So at this time, I was just kind of thinking to ask the question of how many years has it been since Ja Children has been functioning, and just what are some of the main achievements that you have gained so far?
Great. So yes, we did found our organization in April of 2016. So it has been over 3 years now that we have existed, and the main goal at the beginning was finding directors to fill the directorship roles, and writing the bylaws. So every corporation, including nonprofit organizations, have to have a set of bylaws, which I personally wrote, and that was a long process of writing. And after doing those things, we began to hold monthly meetings, and we then changed to holding bi-monthly meetings. We set up our eBay accounts, our Facebook and Instagram accounts, and most recently set up our website. So we have our website, jachildren.org, is our newest achievement, which houses all of our shop. And yes, as well as gaining nonprofit status in the state of California, which we did achieve. And now we are working towards nonprofit status federally. So the federal qualifications for nonprofit status include having existed for 3 years, now that we have surpassed that time period, we are able to put in the application for federal nonprofit status. And that just requires a rather large fee. So we are now working to fundraise to pay that fee, which is a $600 fee to put in that application, and we are about $400 of the way there. So yes, if anyone would like to help us to apply for the 501c3, or also known as nonprofit status through the IRS, definitely feel free to visit our shop and visit our GoFundMe or our website, where you can donate with cash to fund that aspect of our organization. That's a very important thing to be granted nonprofit status, because not only does it mean that our organization does not pay taxes on our income, it also means that we are able to provide tax credits for anyone who donates to us.
Yeah.
And that would be a great aspect of being able to give back to the people who give to us, to be able to give them tax credits and possibly attract more donations that way. Another great aspect of having 501c status is that we can apply for grants, which are usually pretty large amounts of money that are gifted to organizations. So we would be able to apply for large amounts of grants and be able to carry on our work a lot more efficiently that way.
Yes.
So that's something that we're working on at this moment, and we hope to be able to accomplish that by the end of the year.
Yes. So let's just ask this, as I noticed you gave me that short-term goal at the end of the year. I'd like you to accomplish that before the end of the year.
Oh,
but
yes.
In a sense, and you already described the goals of your children, but I still want to ask this question because, just to give people a more visual aspect, talking about like a marketplace, because they already showed that the organization has a marketplace for selling artists' work. It also has thinking about property for schools for children, and so I just would like to know, say in the next 10 years, where would you like to see your children organization in the next 10 years?
Yeah, definitely. So just to go back to that short-term goal of completing the nonprofit status within 1 year, that application usually does take several months to be approved. So we hope to apply very soon, within the next month, and we hope to be approved within the year. We hope that it will be a quick process for them to go through our application and approve us. To answer that later question about the 10-year vision, we definitely would hope to own land at that point and have our both our home, so at least a pod home started and a school functioning on the grounds, as well as have agricultural land set up to be an income as well. So we hope to have farming land to bring in a cash crop that we envision something along the lines of coffee or another large global market cash crop like this. Cacao is another option. And we hope to have lands functioning, bringing in income doing that. So yes, within the next 10 years, owning that land, running those farms to bring in income, and having children in our care who are being educated by us and other local teachers. So that would also include employing local teachers to be involved in our organization as well. And from there, our organization would hopefully grow as much as it could within our immediate confines of land, and possibly then move also to have other branches. But for now, I just am focused on the one location. I know SOS Villages, which we had brought up before, has different locations all throughout Africa, and we would love to be able to impact that many children one day. But for right now, I am personally focused on having the one plot of land and having organization functioning within that area.
So as you've been talking, I've been kind of just calculating how important it is for people to make a donation, purchase. Actually, for me, most likely, I'd say purchase something from the website. It seems to be one of the greatest things, because then you have something in your hand, you know, that you can say, I have this by to making a contribution, rather than a normal organization just take your cash and really didn't put anything in your hand. So I would say purchase something, because this is a big goal and this is a great thing. It's going to benefit a lot of people. One of the benefits I'm looking at is that there'll be a lot of community, you know, people in the community working together. For example, you talk about having people who are going to be elders teaching their skills to the kids. You know, that means any person in a community who is an artisan or have agricultural skills can be teaching it to those kids. Yes. I think that's a great thing, and we hope to see all of that manifest soon by getting support from people. The next thing, which is very important, is to just understand that it's also a marketplace for local artists. Then in contrast again, we can see a lot of organizations ask people a donation. Donate your artwork. They take your artwork, they sell it, they keep all the money. This organization is saying, hey, consign your artwork, we will market it for you, and you sit back and make money while we fund our organization through that. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great deal and a great importance for artists. So, as everyone can see, it's a great thing, and we need their support. But I was just thinking about, you know, what if we have a lot of artists start to send work on consignment? You know, you currently think about maybe one day having a storefront or something like that?
It's not something that I envision. Okay. Because there's so much overhead involved in having a storefront, and right now we're able to keep our costs pretty low having our website running. We have a very low cost website. We're trying to put as much money as possible back into the organization to fund what we're doing with the children, or what we have in mind and our goals to do with the children. So no, having a storefront I don't really see in our foreseeable future.
Okay, good. So okay, so that's it's a total online marketplace.
And we ship globally.
Yes. So let's see what else we can talk about.
So I wanted to talk about the apprenticeship program,
yes,
because I think this is something that is so beneficial, and it's something that societies all around the world used to incorporate into their child rearing, and we have lost it in many of our societies today. And I think it is something that we really need to encourage the societies to bring back. I am an artist. I do create many things. I'm a graphic designer. I designed the t-shirts. I made these necklaces. But more than an artist, more than anything else in this world, I am a child caregiver and educator. And I think deeply about child education and what goes into it, and what are the important tenets of education. What do children need to be able to not only learn academically, but also to be able to enliven their spirits and empower them to be able to reach their goals, encourage them, and bring out their natural gifts and talents, and also to instill a love for education, because
for learning.
Yes, a love for learning, exactly, a love for learning. I think our modern education systems really get away from that, and children can often be brought up so confined in school systems, and also being taught things that are not true, and also being taught things that they do not prefer to learn, or they may have no interest in. certain things are very important to learn, even if we're not interested, like reading.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to learn how to read, but not everyone needs to learn chemistry in life. Some people are more talented one way or the other. And in education, I think it's very important to give children the freedom to explore areas that interest them.
Yes, yes.
So I was homeschooled most of my early childhood and most of my adolescence up until high school. And my homeschooling experience was very informal. I was really allowed to steer my own education and choose my own learning materials, oftentimes just taking books out of the library. And I learned how to love learning.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because I was given so much freedom. And I think it's very important to give children the freedom to choose what they're interested in. Of course, there has to be guidance. There always has to be encouragement and guidance, and probably a little bit of pushing beyond boundaries, but also the freedom to explore things that they love and things that they're interested in. So as far as the apprenticeship program goes, that would be a great opportunity for a 12-year-old who is just coming into their knowledge of their self and their self-identity to be able to choose a topic or a skill to be able to apprentice in. And yes, I'd love to have people of all different talents and backgrounds to be apprentices for children. As many apprentices as we can have is, the more variety that we can offer children to be able to explore their interests and definitely to be able to build a skill and a trade for later in life also.
Because as you've been talking, I've been looking into this duration of helping children to accomplish these goals is helping present artists and building future artists. Because as I said, in many communities there's lots of elders with artisan skills that many kids are not grasping. And even in the education system and the community cultural system, I think it keeps telling people that, hey, when you run out and go be a doctor or a lawyer, that is when you become a better person, and that is when you're valuable. But that is not true. I'm not saying that doesn't value, but that is not true. That is not the ultimate value.
Not the only value.
And not the only value. Being an artisan can really help people and help people around you and help people's well-being. And being a fully rounded person, like a person who is a carpenter, you can grow your own food, you can still be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, but just being a full rounded person, like being a doctor who can't grow a corn, plus a doctor who can grow corn.
Yeah.
Or a doctor who can build his own house or help his workman to build his house, and a doctor who is only a doctor. Well, there you go. As a doctor who can grow corn, you have an additional trait there, you have an additional skill. The system should change where doctors who are professional doctors start to lose their job, then you can just run over and plant corn. It may seem funny, but that's right.
It's true.
So I really do see that within myself too, where I learned a lot of skills growing up. And agriculture is one of the skills that I learned. And it's amazing to understand that I would not be a complete person if I didn't grow up learning to grow food. Because I feel that of everything else that I've learned, it is the skill that I have that is a must. Like we must eat food. We don't even have to have any heart or any songs. No heart on the wall, or we don't even have to have songs as much as they are important. What we have to have is food. So being in the community, learning to grow food from the elder is the most secure way to even preserve human on earth.
Yeah. Growing food teaches us more than how to feed ourselves. Growing food teaches us so many principles about nature and about life principles like patience. In our program, we definitely want to teach children to grow plants from seed all the way through bearing fruit, not only because they will be able to feed themselves, but also because of the transformative process of growing a plant and loving the plant and seeing it, grow and understanding the life that is in all things, and so much that goes into it, as well as the soil composition, and it teaches chemistry and teaches other aspects of science as well to grow plants. So it's a very beneficial activity, and something that we definitely want to have our children involved in from toddler age, from the youngest age possible, all the way up through their teens.
Yes. So and as you can see, the world need more of that. And I was kind of thinking about how important it is to, as you were talking, to understand growing plant. And it doesn't mean whether you are, even if you are in the cold, no matter where you are at, it's like one of the most unique things. Because you can think about even like growing plants indoors. And the amount of, it put a lot of understanding. You have to know where, it's actually harder than growing plant outdoors. You need to know a lot to grow plants indoors. Make sure that's getting the right lighting system. If you're going to put it by your window, what will happen and what plant do better. So in any case, learning to grow plants anywhere is a good thing. And as I say, it's more than just for food as much as it's for food and all that. But we teach a patient more and all, because sometimes for most people who grow plants, at some point some of the plants are dying, some of them are wibbling away, and you have to find ways and learn from those ones.
True.
Yeah,
I think growing plants can teach us so much in life, and we all should definitely plant something and learn from that experience.
Yes. Yes. That's what Jack Children is about. It's about education also. I can see there's a lot of knowledge and education, and global independent music is about the same thing. And I'm actually very happy to have Sister Amanda here today. And she's not just talking about her organization, about Jack Children non-profit organization, but also I can see where you get a nice, what I would say, informative lecture on how to form your own non-profit. So it's because it's amazing, it really is give a full details on how the principles of how one go about forming a non-profit in the state of California and federally. And I think it's important because there's a lot of people who may want to form their own non-profit. So I was just thinking about in details of is there any way that Jack Children might use its platform in the future to advise people on how to maybe start a non-profit or train people to start their own non-profit?
So I definitely agree. There are so many people with various talents out there, and my talent and my passion is for child education and especially protection of the world's children. And people out there may have different interests and different passions. So I encourage everybody, if you've got a passion and you don't see an organization already doing it, feel free to look into opening your own nonprofit. It's not as hard as you might think. It does take a lot of dedication and a lot of time. It takes a small amount of money to get started. More than anything, it takes involvement from other people. So definitely start talking to people who are like-minded about your ideas. As far as our organization, advising people in official capacities about forming their own nonprofits, that role is being filled by other professionals who are better at that. We don't need to go into advising people on how to do that. I'm not here to advertise for any other companies, But we did start our official paperwork through LegalZoom.com, and it's very simple, and people can do it that way, or they can go onto their local court websites and look up the documents that are necessary, and it's very simple. Yeah, it takes a lot of dedication and focus, but if you're passionate, you'll do it.
Okay, so the main focus is on JA Children right now, and what JA Children organization does, and give details of what you don't do, so that's actually good also. So I hope most of the people will listen and hear this interview, will go and make a donation, buy something, give their support, share links with their friends, and help this organization to grow so that it can benefit the wide array of people that its intention is to benefit.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Right now we do have a coupon running for any purchases made on our website, and we will put the info for that coupon for a $5 off any purchase. Really could be $5 off your combined purchases on our website. We'll put the info in the description box for how to use that coupon also.
Yes. All right. So we are about to come to the end of our show today, Global Independent Reggae Music Podcast. Maybe I should see if we could just play one song for the last of this.
Yes, Rasta.
Last of this. So what we have here. I'm gonna play this Virgin Royal African Soldier.
Adam Weishaupt, a Jesuit
Thanks,
trained
everyone.
professor of canon law,
This has been our
well-versed
first
in the
ever
occult,
live
formed a new secret
Instagram,
organization
so we
that
hope
would
that you
unite all
enjoy.
the secret societies
Thanks.
for an unthinkable purpose: to gain complete control over the world and its resources, and to achieve total domination of its people. Weishaupt euphemistically described it as a new world order that would be used to accomplish his dark goal of total world domination.
You see right now, now I'm going to know who is responsible for all the wickedness, the separation, the wars, the rumors of wars that are going on in the earth right now. Some guys who's part of the GINSA board, the AEI, the CIA, the FBI, yo, the Illuminati, we come to kill Illuminati. Going to make you know them plans and schemes. So, you know, these white, right-wing, conservative politicians, they write the policies, they make the decisions, leading a crusade like the European Inquisitions. Ultimate goal, imperial expansion, priceless artifacts, hanging in a mansion. Might is right, you can't touch them with sanctions. No ICC can bring justice for the actions, but they condemn me cause Obama's my reaction. Me prefer for them freedom for under occupation of these Christian and civilized barbarians, looking to conquer like the mighty Athenians, Spartans, Romans, Hitlers, Napoleons. To the east and west their armies go to and fro like the wind blow. Their empires grow how large me not know, but because I speak out I am on death row like 90% of the Negro behind a glass window saying hello. I hear all the bad news on the radio, garbage music on the stereo. The kids are around so I got to play through. Don't want to make a pimp, don't want to make a whore, going to make a brave woman, going to make a hero. Just stand up for them rights and just say no. Build great cities in the ghetto, universities, colleges where wisdom flow. A big museum with history on show, sculptures, paintings, row by row. Whatever you try, it shall be so. Maybe not today, but tomorrow. So never give up, keep living up. Although we know said the system corrupt. Get up, stand up, don't you shut up. Cause you want to see your country develop. Things must change, they must rearrange. Learn from the ancestors, turn a new page. Prepare your nation for the new age. Industrial military gone to a new stage. A race of super soldiers made by video games. Program their minds and perfect their aims. Shooting straight and blow out your brains. F-16 coming down in flames. And push the supply lines, blow these trains, put all prisoners of war in chains. At a secret location there must be detained. Follow the information obtained. Torture procedures must be sustained, and the free spirit must be contained. Cause if this lion get outside sleep, every single wolf going wish to be a sheep. Who used to walk big going crawl and creep, who used to laugh loud going wail and weep. Who you say humble, them a think deep. Cause a day shall come, what you sowed you reap. Your heart and your mind will get up and speak about the injustice against the lowly and meek. In the present time and way before the Greek were wearing robes and sandals on their feet. From your poorest man right up to the elite. Whatever you plant, that you shall eat. So never give up.